afternoon, practicum students. Professor Hassey here. Week 3. Yes, you thought it could not happen. We have made it to week 3. And I want to congratulate all of you for your efforts thus far. We still have a lot of work to do. And with the help of Sean and his crew, all our professors, we're making a lot of progress. Week 3 and week 4 for all of us is business planning weeks. We are to wrap up our training this week and next with the WICs, and then begin preparing ourselves for our business plans and our Wells Fargo PowerPoint presentations. So we all aim for that. Hopefully this week, you'll begin working on all of these at all your different teams. We have 9 teams in our practicum. Later on this afternoon, some of your professors and I are getting together with the University of Laverne finance officers to work on our infrastructure and design of WICs with our collections of cash and that sort of thing. And we'll have more information for you as we progress this next weeks 3 and 4. So keep up the good work, everybody. One of the things for team CEOs and CFOs for all the 9 teams, I'm meeting with mine later on today, but for all the teams, you'll be meeting with me next week in a group site, just the CEOs and CFOs of the teams, to begin going over financial procedures as we start setting up your Wells Fargo bank accounts and start setting up all the various infrastructure to keep track of all the money you're going to be selling this coming 10 weeks of the sales period. So CEOs and CFOs of all the teams, I know who you are, and I'll be getting in touch with you towards the end of this week, and we'll be scheduling a meeting with me individually next week. So with all that being said, to my team members, Hassey Practicum, I'm going to be leaving about 4:15 today to go to that meeting and prepare for that meeting with the for what I like to call them the suits, and I'll be leaving at 4:15, but I'll be seeing the CEOs and the CFOs and the COOs later on today at 5:45. So have a great meeting. Good luck this week 3. Happy financial and business planning. And Sean, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Professor Hassey, and welcome back to week 3, everyone. Again, my name is Sean, and I'm with the Small Business Development Center program. Mark will be joining us. I just sent him the link, but anyway, so Mark's group is going. I don't know if Frank's on yet, but he will probably be joining us in a second as well. Last time we talked about upgrading the websites and connecting that domain, and I didn't realize it, but the coupon code was not available for the VIP that I went through last time. So we went back to Wix and asked them if they could upgrade the coupon code, and they did. So if any of you were having trouble there, I do apologize. I thought they were the same as the code I was given on the SBDC, but we've made things right. Hopefully that will take care of that. But last time we connected the domain name, we talked about taxes and real-time rates using a third-party app with Avalara. We talked about shipping and real-time shipping rates. And this time we're gonna be kind of talking about accepting payments, because you guys are gonna be making some money. You gotta have a merchant card processor. Again, that's still in the works right now, but I'm gonna go through today's session using Square as an example, very common processor, but more to come on that. We're gonna talk a little bit about the point of sale app, because it's not only about selling on your website, but also in person, maybe, I don't know, depends on how things go. That's what a lot of businesses are working on right now. They were selling in person, now they're trying to sell online, or vice versa. And the third thing is kind of fulfillment and reports. I know we talked a little bit about fulfillment last time, but there were some other things that I forgot to mention. So I just wanted to hit those highlights today. So let's get right into it. And if you have questions as we go, please chat them in. What we'll do is we'll go through this, and then we will kind of answer the questions at the end. So with those housekeeping items out of the way, we need to start taking some payments. So I'm back on my website, the one we've been working on together, and I've got this bar up here that says you haven't connected any payment methods yet. So that's what we need to take care of today. And you will need an account. So that's what we talked about. The faculty are going to be working with the university administration to figure out what account and processor we're going to use. My example today, I'm going to use Square. So under here, under settings, I'm going to go to accept payments. And we need to connect our Square account that I've already created. And the first thing I want to mention is right now I'm going to uncheck PayPal because that's like another payment processor. A lot of people do use that, but we're not going to be using it to my knowledge, or we'll wait to hear from the administration on what we're going to be using. You can see here what Wix allows you to use, manual, Alipay, PayPal, Wix. You don't see Square. So we have to kind of accept or use Square first. Let me check that off. And then we're going to change the provider. When it comes to merchant card processors as well as website platforms, it's really important, depending on your product, to make sure you're not selling any of the restricted items. That's one thing I often Google with clients is like their product or service and then restricted items in addition to the platform they're using. So we're not selling any firearms, tobacco or adult content, but even travel agencies. Every website platform has different restrictions, and you want to take a look at all the prohibited items under those restrictions as you're setting up an account. But I'm going to confirm that I'm not selling any of these. And then now we can start taking payments under Wix payments, which is good, but we want to change that provider to, now we have a couple different ones. And I'm going to go with Square. So I'm going to click connect. I'm going to connect it to an existing account because I've already gone ahead and done that. Let's see here, connect my account, disconnect payments. Oh yeah, it's saying, oh, don't leave, don't leave us. Wix payments is great, and it is, but for this particular session, I wanted to show you using Square because through the point of sale app, we can also take payments. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. But I'm gonna hit disconnect. And now it's taking me to my Square account. And I'm gonna go ahead and sign in and authorize it. And it's as easy as that. Now, when you set up the Square account or whatever the merchant card processor you're using, you will have to have a checking account routing number. It will make like a deposit of like 1 cent, or I'm sorry, I think it's a withdrawal of 1 cent to verify that you are in fact a real person and a real checking account. But once you've done that part, it's fairly easy to connect it to the website. So like we just saw, now we can start taking payments and we are using Square. So I want to add additional payment method. I want to start using the point of sale as well. And we're going to come back to that. And we're going to use Square. So it's automatically recognizing, okay, we're using this processor, but this one's set up to take payments through our website. And this one's going to be using through the point of sale. So we talked about the restricted items, but another thing to mention is the fees. These fees are like, well, there's two different fees. One, if we make a sale directly through our website, and I want to go through that. But then also if we make a sale through our point of sale app. So they're very minor differences, but it's 2.9% plus 30 cents on every transaction through the website, and 2.6% plus 10 cents on every transaction through the point of sale app. Now, what's important to note is the total transaction. That amount and rate is applied to taxes and shipping. So the entire amount that basically this payment processor is moving money from our customer's account to our account. And for that service, we're paying this fee. So that's important to think about. So let's go ahead and let's make sure it's all working. I'm gonna go to my dashboard. I'm gonna go to view live site. All right. Let's see here, beautiful website. I'm gonna buy my not a shorty shirt, a zero shirt. Pick my size. I'm gonna hit buy now. And now we can start to enter in our information. So let me see here. And let's see, what I want to mention here is the taxes is going to be changed when we enter in our address. So if I enter in 1950, the university's address, you're going to see this right now. This is my address in Chino Hills. It's 7.75%. But once I change this and I hit continue, you're going to see this jump up to 10 cents, or actually $1, because now we have the Laverne tax rate that we're charging, which I think last time we talked about was 10.25. So I'm going to pause my screen, pause share, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to purchase this. Go ahead and mute if you're having trouble. There you go. Thank you. So we've got first class mail. Again, this is a real-time shipping cost. And let me go ahead and pause my screen real, oops. I meant to pause it, not, let's see here. Pause share. All right, so I'm gonna go in and continue and add in my payment information. Bear with me 1 second. Mute yourself if you're having, if you're not muted already. Thank you. Billing address is different, so I gotta add that in real quick. This is kind of what I wanted when I first set up the website. I kind of do in order to, test. You want to have, friend or family kind of just go through the checkout process and test a transaction. Shopify and other sites, sometimes they'll let you do tests, but Wix, I haven't been able to do that. So let me resume sharing. Okay, so here I got my information in and I'm ready to place the order. But since I'm so awesome, I'm gonna give myself a little discount, right? I'm charging myself. So I'm gonna give myself 90% off. And we're gonna talk about discount codes and marketing in next meeting. But now basically I got my $10 shirt, give myself $9 off. I've got my real-time shipping rate and then the 10 cents that is done by Avalara. So total transaction, this is what I was talking about, this $5.03. This is where that fee comes in order to take it from my customer's account and put it in my bank account. So let's go ahead and place the order. And thank you for your order, looks good. So that now tells me it's working well. We're gonna come back to fulfillment in just a second, but it's working and it'll take about 1 to 2 days before your deposits come in. So whoever's doing the accounting side, depending on your payment processor, they're all about 2 day, 48-hour turnaround, depending on when they batch and upload. So that's great. And I will, as a customer, I will also receive a confirmation email right away. You may have heard my email just go bling. I got a customer notification saying we got your order. And then as soon as I go into fulfillment, which we'll do in a second, it will also trigger another email that says your order's on its way. And when we print that shipping label, it will automatically include that tracking, the tracking number, so that people can track their order depending on where you're shipping it to. So that was pretty much what I wanted to show for the connecting the account and placing an order on the website. Now that's that 2.9% plus 30 cents on that transaction. It's a little bit better on the point of sale app. And I wanted to demonstrate that in just a second. But the first thing we need to do using the point of sale app that I learned is you have to go under settings and under general information. We have to have a physical location to charge tax. Otherwise we'll get to the checkout in the app and it'll say no tax. So you don't want to make that mistake. So let me scroll down here. Where did it go? My business has a physical location and I'm going to type in the university's address. 53rd Street. All right. Okay. So with that, now what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the point of sale app. So I'm going to stop my screen share for my computer and I'm going to hop over to my phone because now we're talking, hey, if we ever do go back to in-person, you can keep your inventory in sync and sell in person or online through the app. So the only thing you need to have is the point of sale app for Wix, as well as the little the Square app and this little handy dandy reader we're all probably familiar with seeing. So let me stop share. Let me share my iPhone. Hey everyone, I had a little issue when I was doing this live, taking payment using the POS app through Wix. So I wanted to re-record it to show you how it works. So I'm on my phone. I'm going to go ahead and open up. You need to have both the Wix app and the Square app installed in order for you to process payments via credit card. So I'm going to go into Wix app, and then I'm going to open up the dashboard for my site. I'm gonna go up here at the top under manage, and then down here at the bottom, there's an orange point of sale button. We're gonna go ahead and add our zero shirt. We're gonna say we're getting a medium. Down here in the bottom right, we're gonna add to cart, and then we're gonna go to the cart. And so now, because I'm awesome, I'm gonna add myself, this is a test, I'm gonna give myself a 90% discount. So we're looking at a $10 item, discounted $9. So we got a dollar transaction plus tax, which we put in under the settings of our location. And I'm gonna hit charge. And this is gonna say, okay, do you wanna take cash or card? I'm gonna process this using Square. So I'm gonna take card. It's gonna ask me to open Square, which is why you kind of have to have it on your computer at the same time. And so then it's gonna say connect the reader. These readers cost $10, but you can also call the Square and kind of say, hey, can you send me one for free, see what you can get. But now that I got my card reader, I can swipe to charge. So let me go ahead and give it a go. It's gonna authorize the payment, ask me to sign, and then it's already sending me a receipt. So if I go new sale, I think this will pop me back into Wix, and then I can type in my customer name and my customer's email address. Oops. To send them a confirmation email. Send confirmation email. And it's as simple as that. So I had a little difficulty doing this via Zoom because I was trying to share my iPhone screen and it wouldn't let me process the payment. But I wanted to share that with you so you can see exactly how it works. But right now, let's go back to the regularly scheduled program. Go into store products, or not store, go back, store orders. Now, we just bought that one on the website. So this is where you're going to see it unfulfilled, and we can click in here to fulfill it. But what I wanted to mention was a couple things. One, the triggered emails that once this order gets fulfilled, you can customize that down here under settings, under store settings. They have a confirmation email and they have your orders on its way kind of email. So you can preview them here. And when you buy the shipping label through the website, it'll have the shipping number there. I do like to edit it personally because I want to remove my email address. And that's one thing I noticed, but you can click around, customize this, how it fits your tone for your business. That's one thing I wanted to mention. The second thing I wanted to mention was pickups. So if you're doing a lot of orders, obviously you might not be able to fit them all in your mailbox. So you have the option of going down to USPS and just kind of skipping the line and dropping them off. Because if you print the label out and put it on the package, you can just drop it off. You don't have to get in line to pay. Or you can go to USPS.com and schedule a pickup. So it's pretty straightforward. I did it. They will come get it. If you leave it by your door or wherever you tell them you're going to leave it, they'll ask you for the number of packages, the weights and stuff like that. Because I think you can't exceed like 70 pounds, but you can schedule a pickup. And then depending on your address, if they, when someone goes to deliver my mail, they can also get off and then go pick up my packages from my front door. So pretty convenient. Just wanted to share that as well. But that's the things I forgot to mention about fulfillment on the last one. So the last part that I wanted to mention before we get into our breakout groups is now reports. So we're selling all of this stuff, which is great. We're hustling, haggling, and marketing. But we got to be able to account for it because Professor Hassey, he's going to come asking, and he's going to say, how much did you sell? What did you pay here? What are your expenses? You got your loan interest rate. You got your merchant card processing fees, all these little expenses that tend to add up. So I wanted to point out one thing that I found really helpful. Under the analytics and report tab, you've got traffic. This is going to tell you kind of, where your traffic's coming from, top, sources. You've got your sales. This is going to tell you your top selling items. And then your people. So your big spenders, let's say. But here under reports, this will have all of them. A lot of basic templates. And my favorite, because I'm an accounting, I love accounting, is all the way down here at the bottom is this store's sales summary, or you can do transaction summary. But what I wanted to point out is how to customize kind of these reports. And so it's got a bunch of different kind of columns that will come preloaded for every template, but we can modify that just as easy because I tend to like, let's see here, payment method, and I like sales channel because this will call out. And right now I wasn't able to do the transaction with the point of sale app, but sales channel, if it was a point of sale, it'll say POS versus the website, because that way we know, where these sales are happening. But again, I don't know if you're going to be doing any in-person sales, again, due to COVID and all the restrictions and so forth. But that's it. You can modify the reports. They give you a lot of different fields. Of course, my favorite at the bottom, gross sales, shipping, tax, and all those things. And you can download and export this stuff as well. I tend to like, there's 3 dots here and 3 dots here. I go with this one. You can do both, but you play around with the reports feature because I know some people on each team are going to be responsible for running these reports, tracking these figures, and there's a lot more power within Wix that I wanted to share with you. But those are pretty much the main items I wanted to kind of hit on. If you are, a report, that's part of your job feature, you can even subscribe to the report and have it send you the report daily, stuff like that. Pretty cool. But that's it for me. I guess now what I can do is I can check the chat. Let's see, we got one chat. Oh, Mark is on. Hey, Mark. So that's it for me. If you guys wanted to go into breakout session, all the breakout rooms should be closed now. Hopefully you guys got a chance to chat with among your group. I know that's probably the most beneficial part of all of this. The Wix training is great, but just getting among yourselves to see who's doing what, who's responsible for what. But
Yeah.
now I know Professor Hassey had to go join another meeting, so I will turn it over to Professor Hicks to kind of close us out. But be thinking about troubleshooting your website, doing some sample orders. Again, once you're getting your product, I know we're a little ahead of some groups, but these are things to be thinking about. That's why we wanted to do this upfront and early. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Professor Hicks for his words of wisdom as we forge forward.
I have some words of wisdom. So someone that I know, very, very good businessman, gave me a quote this morning, and I'll share it with you. So Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the face. And that is exactly what happens in business, right? We all have a plan going into this thing, how we're going to work it, how this website's going to work, how we're going to get it up. But everybody's got to work together, right? And you're going to get hit in the face, and you're just going to go, bam, what do I do now? Well, there's 2 ways to go. You either react and go, okay, now I'm just going to, fight back. I'm going to attack this person. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get the website taken care of. Or you see stars and the whole fight is over. I don't need you guys giving up, but what I don't want to see in all the groups, everybody's going to participate in this website, but somebody's got to head it up. Somebody's got to run a campaign, right? Somebody's got to decide when you're going to do an email blast, when you're going to do a commercial, when you're going to do a video, when you're just going to do branding for your product, when you're going to run something so that people go, wow, that group's really cool. Those people are really cool. I wish I had whatever product it was you had. I mean, all that needs to be orchestrated. And I need one person to step up and orchestrate this. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Because if everybody thinks everybody else is going to do it, it may or may not get done, right? So work together on this. I know it's a lot of stuff. Everybody seems to be, at least the groups that I see, seem to be coming along pretty well. So let's stick with it here. Let's get this thing up and running. And this is going to be your main sales platform, because we can't do events. We can't go out face to face. You can call your friends. You can use the phone. You can call businesses and talk to them. But believe me, it's tough to sell on the telephone unless you know somebody or you have a relationship with them. If you're calling me and I know you, that's one thing. If you're calling me and I don't know you at all and you're asking me to buy something, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably going to hang up on you too. So it can be tough, if you're just doing cold calls like that. So this platform is something that can work, but it needs to work because you have a campaign. You are working the campaign. You're not just throwing up a website and hoping that people show up and buy stuff from you, okay? So let's think about it in those terms, and let's try to work on this thing together as a group, and then individually just have somebody that's kind of orchestrating that whole thing. That's what I got for you. Anything else, Sean?
I think that's it. And that's it for our show today. Next time we'll get back together, same time, and we're going to talk marketing. More, again, cohesive approach to marketing. You got all different types. You got your email marketing, your blog, and Josh and Sophia on our team who handle it for SPDs. You're going to be sharing some of their insights with you about their tips and tricks and resources. But until then, thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next time.